Everybody, this is Chaya Parkoff, licensed clinical social worker, and this is ParshaRx, mental health prescriptions from the weekly Torah portion, filming from Efrat in the beautiful Judean hills of Israel. This week, we are reading Parshat Emor. And on Monday, we marked Pesach Sheini, the Torah's answer to the feeling of being too far, too late, or too broken to belong. In Bamidbar, chapter 9, people who were tameh, ritually impure, and unable to bring the Korban Pesach, the Passover sacrifice, they approached Moshe and they said, Lama nigala? Why should we be left out? And God's response, He didn't say, too bad, you missed it. Hashem created something new, Pesach Sheini, a second chance. The Lubavitcher Rebbe taught, the point of Pesach Sheini is nothing is ever hopeless. And this week, we are living inside that tension. V. Feldman, of blessed memory, his body was recovered from Syria in a daring Mossad mission 43 years after he went missing. Yishai Eliakim Orbach, of blessed memory, a 21-year-old soldier and the great nephew of very close friends of ours, was killed last week. His family is sitting Shiva as I film this. Baruch Hashem, Idan Alexander, a 21-year-old lone soldier from the U.S., was returned alive after 584 days in Hamas brutal captivity. But there are still 58 hostages being held, more than half of them already dead, and the remaining hanging on in the most heinous conditions that we now know. So many doors still feel closed. So many stories remain unresolved. And yet, Pesach Sheni reminds us the story isn't over. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs of blessed memory wrote, what happens next is rarely in our control, but what we do in response, that is. That resonates deeply for me because we are all in the middle of the story, our personal stories, our family stories, and our collective national story. And sometimes that middle feels unbearable. As a therapist and as a human, I know that many people carry thoughts of suicide, sometimes active thoughts, often passive, that quiet voice that says, it just feels too hard to be here. But here's what Pesach Sheni teaches us. If you hold on, you give the miracle a chance to reach you. There's a saying in the 12-step world, don't quit before the miracle happens. In brain spotting sessions, I hold space for radical uncertainty. I don't push, I trust. The brain and body know how to heal. And when we stop trying to control the outcome, healing moves through. It's not just therapeutic, it's holy. And speaking of holy, this Pesach Sheni also marked the 26th yahrzeit of my grandma Charlotte. I can't believe she's been gone that long. She lost her husband after only 10 years of marriage. And then she lost her son, my father. He died of cancer when he was 28. I was just 6 months old. I remember as a young adult asking Grandma Charlotte, how did you survive it all and still find joy? She said, God didn't deal me such a great hand, but I know he knows what he's doing. That's Pesach Sheni too, the quiet faith to keep showing up, to believe the story isn't over. So what is our ParshaRx this week? If you think the door is closed, consider that perhaps it just hasn't opened yet. If you're hurting, please don't stay silent. And if you're still here, you're still in it. It's never too late. Nothing is hopeless. From Israel, my favorite place in the world. Shabbat Shalom.